Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, 2023 at 10:12 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me. Yesterday, my video, it took, the video took 4 whole hours to upload. So that's longer, I think, than when I was in Bloomington, because I think that would be like between 3 and 4 hours when I was over there. But the shorter videos here seemed like they were the shorter videos seemed like they were upload kind of fast the day before. So I guess I started the video at just before 11 o'clock yesterday morning. And then I talked up until like almost 12:45. And then uploaded the video. And then at about 4:45, it got completely done uploading and processing and all that. So after I did the video yesterday, I mopped the floor. I did like a rough draft of a mop. And that was the first time I mopped the whole floor. Well, because Saturday I got the mop. So I mopped the floor, but I didn't do like a thorough mop, but just like a rough draft. And I didn't even sweep. I just mopped. But the floor would take hours and still wouldn't be dry until later on I shut the windows and then turned the air conditioner on, and then it started to dry like really quick, like really fast. So from Sunday when I cooked, well, yesterday, what did I have? I think I did have some cereal and milk, and I had a Cara orange for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had some cheesy instant mashed potatoes with cheese and that chicken and like 2 pieces of cake, like 2 slices of cake. It wasn't a whole lot of fat or whatever, or that much sugar in the cake, but I had 2 slices of cake, like the pre-made slices from fake Walmart. They didn't even taste all that great anyway, but it was all right. And I snuck a little bit of ice cream. But I guess that's due to my anxiety being really high, because I said that I wanted to try to change around and improve my diet and my eating. But sometimes you're gonna slip. You won't be perfect, the whole like every time. But then, so yeah, I had excuse me, I had mopped the floor and took out the trash yesterday. And then later on, I cleaned out the toilet, and for dinner, I had, for dinner I had like I felt like I had so much dairy earlier, So I didn't have dairy with my dinner. I just had, well, unless that yum yum sauce might contain some dairy, but that was some good sauce, better than the one that I got when I was in Bloomington. So, but it doesn't have like all the pure ingredients, but it tasted good. So I'm in the living room right now, but I was sitting near the window, but I got away from the window because the sun kept blinding, so y'all probably wouldn't see me. So I came and sat over here. And so I had like two slices of the Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread and some salmon. And um, they said it was wild caught sockeye salmon. So I had salmon and two slices of Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread and a yum yum sauce, all in a sandwich. And then, like, I preheated the oven to 425. Excuse me. I preheated the oven to 425. And then I put the salmon in the you know, in the pan, and I put it flesh down. I mean the regular flesh down and skin up. And I put it on 425 for 23 minutes. And I had this fear that what if it wasn't done? But everybody, like the internet says, you can put it on 400 degrees for, put on 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. But I had like a very thick cut slice. I mean thick piece, Excuse me. It was a thick piece. Excuse me. So it was a thick piece, and it didn't taste undercooked at all, but that turned out to be the juiciest salmon I ever had. And all I put on it was the yum yum sauce after baking it. Excuse me. After baking it, I used the yum yum sauce, And then I had a miniature cucumber on the side, and also an apple. But I think the bag of apples was like, so many apples were kind of not all the way ripe, and they were green. So I was afraid to eat them, but I had one of them, and I tried to go to bed. I guess I started to try to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Excuse me. But then again, I think I went to bed at 10 o'clock. And then I had to keep peeing. Like, I had to keep going to the bathroom. And maybe because of the cucumber, my body was, getting rid of some of the excess water retention. But I still got some water retention. And then so it was kind of quiet around 10 o'clock last night, and then I heard some neighbors talking or having conversation, or playing around or whatever, but it was more quiet than usual. But then I was sleeping for a while, and one of the neighbors next door on either side, I don't know which side it was, but it sounded like she was having like a loud phone conversation and I looked at my phone. It said 1:23 a.m. this morning. Then I had to go and use the bathroom. So I had to use the bathroom quite a few times, you know. But I slept better. That's how I be like when I be sleep deprived due to the direct energy weapons or anything else. My sleep was okay last night, so. But I woke up at 7:46 this morning and couldn't go back to sleep. Then the maintenance man popped up unexpectedly, and I thought they were always supposed to give at least 2 days notice. But at least he was nice though, and he did the pest control for the roaches. But ever since Saturday, I haven't been seeing as many roaches, but um, but I would still see like maybe 1 or 2 roaches a day. But in the middle of the night, I think there was a baby roach in the bathroom, and there was a spider. So before I got on, started filming just now, I tried to call up the storage because they said that they were going to try to see, because of my extenuating circumstances, my situation, they said that they would try to see if they can refund me because of, I got the call on August 31st. I got the call on August 31st to come here. And then I arrived here on the 1st. And then I couldn't get my stuff out the storage unit until the 2nd, the next day. And they still charged me the whole $126 and said I had to pay it. And like this morning, there was a black man who seemed like he had an attitude of self-righteousness. And if other people would have called him an Uncle Tom, and he was like abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean about, trying to tell me that I can't get the money back or the refund. But other employees said that they would try to see if they could, if I could get a refund. So he said that they rejected it. But I mean, that $126, it could have been a nice big help. But I don't, like next month I won't have to pay, So I mean, I felt like pretty upset about that, But now, as I said, I told y'all I didn't even get to splurge on really much anything luxury. But I got things that I needed, I got things that I needed. And then after that, now I got a little bit over $17 in the bank, and probably, excuse me, I don't know if about $5 in cash right now. But, I'll make it through. I just, wait, what's today, the 13th? Yeah, I don't even know if I can wait till, like, next month to do laundry. If I can stretch my clothes for laundry. And, I mean, so if I could stretch my clothes for laundry, and then, my fridge ain't 100% full, but the freezer is full, filled with, I got enough food now. Like, I'm pretty good with food. But I don't even know if with the freezer, it seemed like it seemed like the freezer is just about full. So I ought to be good with food. I just found out yesterday where I looked it up and wondered, well, with the cheese that I had, it said 44 slices. And it said to consume within 5 to 7 days after opening. And I'm like, no way in hell can I eat up, excuse me, that many slices of cheese within 5 days or within a week. So they said the harder cheeses or normal cheese you can put in the freezer, excuse me, but they said the soft cheese like cream cheese or ricotta cheese or cottage cheese, that you can't put those in the freezer. So I took some of the cheese and put it in the freezer, and the extra milk and the extra butter, I put it in the freezer as well. I've had moments where I've had like raw eggs that were frozen by accident. By, if you put them in the refrigerator and they might be cold enough that they freeze. So, but then they turn out to, or even if you have cooked eggs, like if you have cooked eggs or boiled potatoes, and then you put them in the freezer, the texture just seems unpleasant for me, So, yeah, like shortly after I woke up, maybe about 5 minutes after I woke up, because I was going to try to go back to sleep or try to get me some more sleep. But that's when the maintenance man came, and I've been up ever since. And the neighbor, she looked like she was hanging up clothes outside, and it looked like as if she gave me that hate, anger look, like as if I'm forbidden to look and try to frighten, intimidate, and scare me, But even this morning, I was forced to have to smell weed. She might not be the one. I think it's the people over these people over here, I think was smoking weed. But I don't even know if these are all one bedroom, or I know mine is one bedroom, but she got, I don't know how many kids she got. And there's a lot of people that live right there, or look like they a lot of people, but I don't even want to be in like other people's business or being like a nosy, narcissistic snitch Karen, unless something directly bothers me, unless it bothers me directly. And then I could, then I should be able to say something, but I'm not going to be trying to mind other people's business, unless, if it doesn't have anything to do with me. But them smoking weed, yeah, it got something to do with me because it's coming into my house and I got to smell it. It's just about every day. I don't even get a break from it, except Monday, when I was gone and I had the AC on and the windows down all day. But when it's dealing with the noise or the weed smoking or even cigarette smoking, I have a right to say something because it's entering into my house, my place. So this morning I just had a bowl of cereal and nothing else. But I just had a bowl of cereal and nothing else to eat. But excuse me, no mucus in my throat. I brushed my teeth last night too. And well, in the middle of the night, I think I did. But I just had a bowl of cereal and nothing else. But last night, well, it wasn't until later last night I was thinking I got disappointed with myself because I didn't realize that I could have made like salmon salad in the same way you make tuna. So excuse me. So the tuna was, I'm sorry, the salmon that I baked, it was thoroughly cooked by surprise, it wasn't undercooked. But I'm like, that was so, like, it was juicier than what you might experience at the restaurants or whatever. Like, that was the juiciest salmon I ever had. Excuse me. But previous times that I've had salmon, it would be very dry, or I guess overcooked. If I would have moments where I would have fish that's overcooked, overcooked and dried out. But today, oh wow. What time is it? It's 10:34. Yeah, maybe I can make the pork they have like those whatever pork. I don't remember if it was boneless ribs or something that I had. I don't remember. And I didn't buy barbecue sauce. Excuse me, but I don't know if I can have that and mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables for dinner. But for lunch, I'm undecided what to have. I don't even know if I could have I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I probably should take it out now. Take it out the freezer to thaw. Let me see. It's yeah. I don't even know if I don't know if I'll have Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread, or if I'll just have some more, if I'll have some more of the corn muffins, like the cornbread muffins. But if I do have the cornbread muffins, then I won't have the cake. That seemed kind of similar. So let's see, this is bone-in pork loin, country style. Oh, this is a pork loin. Well, it looks like it's cut up like ribs. Okay, it said pork loin, country style, rib, bone in. Yeah, so maybe I can have the ribs with the yum yum sauce. That's what I figured I had, But yeah, it takes a long time for the floor and stuff to dry when you clean it up living here. Just like when I was in Bloomington. When I was in Bloomington, everything would take like 3 hours to dry. So, yeah, I gotta find a way to cook up those other vegetables cook up those other vegetables and probably put them in the freezer so that they won't go bad. But yeah, I thought about if I would have had like the Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread, some salmon. And like yesterday, I usually eat the salmon with the skin on, but I see people that they take the skin off the salmon. They take the skin off. But I usually been eating it with the skin on. And I heard it has more omega-3s, And so I thought about having a salmon, like a salmon salad sandwich with like 2 slices of Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread, 3 eggs, and a piece of salmon, and some cut up, celery and cucumbers and a yum yum sauce. I thought about doing that, but I didn't even think about it till after I got done eating. But I've been feeling like so big lately, But people who do food reviews, they can eat like a hog and stay skinny, and get praised for it. That's part of their living, that they make money and make a living doing that. But, the online gang stalkers see, oh, there's a perp that's walking by with a blue shirt and red shorts. And he got an orange bag. So the online gang stalkers, they falsely accuse me of being greedy. And I know that them calling me, and he got red shoes too. So I know that my twin sister, when she been bigger than me and overweight, and it's like she had been bigger than me and overweight, and they applaud and praise her for showing cooking videos, but for me to show food or cooking, they want to condemn me. So, the online gang stalkers try to call me greedy every chance they get, because they get that from her telling them about, yeah, this is how you trigger Candy, call her greedy. And she used to do it to me, she used to tell everybody in person to call me greedy. And she would call me fat and greedy, and, but then she turned out to be bigger than me. But as I said, psychiatric medications and foster care experimentation and certain words I can't say on here is the reason why I end up struggling with obesity. It's not all about just eating food, but some people struggle to lose weight because of mercury amalgam fillings in their mouths. So, and I heard that that's constant toxins, and it's harder to, and I got feelings on top and bottom all throughout almost all of the back of my teeth. But I don't even eat much like a glutton anymore like I used to when I was on psych medications. But y'all call me fat and greedy and say I'm crazy and need medication. But then, you want me on the same medications that will make me overeat. Because I heard that, they mess with your hormones and brain. The psychiatric medications cause chemical imbalance in the brain. You know, but they have people who have their YouTube content or even TikTok. It's nothing but cooking videos, and they can be skinny, like really skinny, and be cooking soul food and everything else. Or if they might be a food reviewer and you wonder how they stay skinny and all they do is go around trying out fast food like Hardee's, Burger King, Jersey Mike's, Popeyes, or something like that. But y'all criminalize me trying to survive. I'm from New Orleans, where food is one of the most popular. The food and the music is the two amongst the most popular things from my hometown, New Orleans. But y'all think y'all got the fake authority to take that away from me. But if it weren't for y'all, if anybody else, if they talk about food, y'all praise them and be like, oh, that looked good, Brandy, save me a plate. While you turn around and call me fat and greedy and falsely accuse me of eating deliciously and illegally. When, my twin sister joined in on the bullying with them calling me fat and greedy. When she needed to explain how she gained so much weight. She outdid me with the highest I got because of Lisa Ruby. That abuse, is, dealing with Lisa Ruby. That was why I gained up to 320 pounds. And I wasn't even on psych medications, but she was manipulating me with the food and everything. And that forced fasting, and with her trying to falsely talk about that casting out demons or whatever. And then, but my twin sister, I think I heard she got up to 324 pounds. And been that way consistently for a while. But I had, if it weren't for the homeless thing, me dealing with the homelessness, that made me gain so much weight. And some people say it's ironic, but in 2017 and 2018, I was eating mostly organic and natural, trying to. And then I got down to 192 pounds after being homeless. But I was spoiled with all that food at the Grand Canyon, And then, like, at the Grand Canyon, I was eating, like, maybe 3 plates of food per meal. But then, when I was suffering depression and homelessness, after I had became homeless, and after some time, I was eating like, 6 plates per meal. 6 or even 7, between 5 and 7 plates per meal, and suffering depression due to the homelessness. But that was only for a brief moment. But I gained from 192 to 220, and that was only for a short time, and I wasn't on psych medications, but this was back in 2019, before I came to Pensacola. But even one of the online perps pointed out that in 2020, like summer 2020, that I was much skinnier. Well, everybody gained weight during that thing that happened in 2020 that I can't mention on here. That Yeah, I can't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They'll strike my channel if I mention it, so I can't mention it. So that that started in March 2020, and now they're trying to bring it back up again. So now that they have another perp neighbor, she's look like she's, I don't know if she's smoking a cigarette, and she got her a red phone. She looked like she got a red phone, and that looked like she kind of, I don't know if she exactly had it aimed at me, but you know. So like certain circumstances in my life, like I ended up overeating, you know, grieving. Oh, right after I mentioned that, she disappeared. I didn't even see her go back inside, but she disappeared. So when the biological mom, Frances, died, people try to shame me about overeating and saying it's no excuse. But they didn't give a damn. You know, the fake LA people, what you expect. The same fake asses that said that they didn't believe me when I showed proof of the biological mom's obituary. So, and then when the biological cousin Blake got shot and killed, you know, I overate, you know, to cope. So, you know, going through certain periods of time, you know, and then like I heard that it's common for narcissistic abuse victims and cult sufferers, you know, to suffer eating disorders. But I mean, I had a little bit of ice cream, like 5 teaspoons of ice cream yesterday, you know, and I had 5 teaspoons of ice cream yesterday, chocolate ice cream, and like two pieces of cake, but the cake didn't have like it didn't have that much fat or sugar, you know. But I have been heavily craving dairy for the past few days, and I don't know why. But I read online something about, I just turned 40 years old, so I read something online that if you end up craving milk, is they said something about it might be part of the onset of menopause or something, you know, but I don't know. But so I mean, I get told that I don't look a day over 20 years old, and I still get told that. But Starbricker try to talk about candy as aging. So they wanted to shame me for talking about, you know, for questioning why I have such thick toenails. You know, toenails so thick that I can't even trim them. But some people say it's due to aging, and other people say it's due to fungus. Excuse me. So, I mean, I'm still feeling like heavy anxiety about some things, you know, especially from when I was in Bloomington. And excuse me, I think that the lady treated me the way that she did from the Social Security office because the online gang stalkers contacted her. Like they threatened to, they followed through with their threats. And that's why she treated me the way she treated me. And she was a perp that was planted there. You know, they kept sabotaging my previous excuse me. They kept sabotaging my previous Social Security appointments just so that they could set me up with this lady. And like I'm still traumatized and still haven't fully recovered and still feel like I don't really have any closure from the situation. But that's why I had the hell that I went through with the Social Security thing, because the online gang stalkers contacted them and, you know, probably showed them my YouTube videos, or they told them about me. And that's why the lady did what she did. Excuse me. That's why she called herself trying to be the way she was. You know, it seemed like she was looking for something to falsely accuse me of scam about. Like, as I said, with the stocks, I didn't even know that I had to report that. And I didn't make much of anything from it. The same dollar that I put in was the same dollar I got back. But I didn't make much of anything from it, you know. But it was the first and last time that I'll ever do that. And I only had the stocks for a few months. I didn't even have it for a whole year or for a long time. So I didn't even realize that if you're not making anything, you still had to report it. But they feel that doggone threatened. But it seemed like the floor just not trying, it's trying to not dry. The floor is not trying to dry. Like when I would be in hotels and motels, or if I was living in Los Angeles and I swept and mopped the floor or cleaned off the counters or something, the counters and stuff would dry within the counters and stuff would dry within 5 or 10 minutes. It's been it's been almost an hour and the counter is still not dry. But, you know, the fake TI perps, they go harder than the regular perps, even the religious ones who pretend to be Christian, as a cover-up, you know. They pretend to be extra religious as a cover-up. So, yeah. So, my sleep wasn't perfect last night, but I got me some sleep last night, you know. I kept on having to use the bathroom, though. Yesterday, I thought about working on some writing, like short stories or something, but I didn't. I ended up not working on those short stories last night, you know. I mean, yesterday. But I thought about this morning. I thought that if I could make like an egg and cheese sandwich, but I ended up not doing it because the man that came over, so I just had cereal. Yeah. Ugh. So I mean, yesterday was the biological mom Francis 10-year death anniversary. I started to cry. You know. But yeah, it's like if even at the when I was at the cabin in Bloomington, you know, I was eating twice a day most days, but every once in a while I might eat 3 times. But I will occasionally have like certain like I didn't even have fast food a whole lot or eat out a whole lot. Like I would buy food from HEB mostly, and then the food would stretch me to like 3 weeks, and then after that, then I would end up, um, you know, because I think I went at least a whole month or almost 2 months maybe without having any Dairy Queen at all. But that Dairy Queen location, the food was like nasty. But the Dairy Queen in Gulf Breeze here, Pensacola, it was really good. But I don't know what other Dairy Queen locations they might have here in Pensacola. I thought there were at least one or two more locations. But when all the years I was in Pensacola, I only had Dairy Queen once. And that was when I was working at the schools. And I was like high school gathered up and got me like a $15 gift card for Dairy Queen, maybe $10 Walmart, $10 Firehouse Subs, $10 Starbucks, $15 here. So like it was a total of $75 of a few different places, from Dairy Queen. Sorry, a few different places of gift cards from different places, But that was like some really good Dairy Queen over there. But the Dairy Queen in Bloomington, it was just nasty. The only thing I liked was the Puppy Chow Blizzard. That was the only thing that was really good. But the burgers, the chicken sandwiches, they were big, but none of it was really good, And then they almost always had an attitude with me, whenever I went there. So I kind of didn't go there a whole lot. But, if they had a certain like freebie or discount, on rare occasions, yeah, I, ate it, but But at the 7-Eleven, their tacos were bland. But I had it because it was cheap. But they were big and plentiful. One taco would fill me up. But the Dairy Queen in Cincinnati, I think I went there maybe 2 or 3 times when I was homeless and staying in Springdale. That was my first day. I mean my first day I went to Springdale, and I stayed there for, I don't think it was the whole week. It was maybe a couple of days, and then I went elsewhere. I don't remember, but I had to suffer out there on the streets and being bullied, harassed, and threatened. So it was rough trying to survive. You know, but I seldom ate mainstream fast food, you know. But I'm wondering if I try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and that crock pot cooking and all that, and ate twice a day and not 3 times, and I didn't have ice cream every day, or I didn't have sweets every day, I'm questioning, how am I still big? You know, like, even like these pants that I'm wearing and certain clothes is like 3X, and it's like I can't even like, these were kind of tight on me. But me living in this kind of neighborhood, you know, it's not as easy for me to film the gang stalking. You know, it's like my life got to be threatened because this is considered the hood or the projects or whatever. So ghetto gang stalkers will hurt or kill you. And it's so frustrating because if somebody's supposed to be a hood thug, you know, how do they get to have like a job and keep a job and have a car and maintain a car? And I'm struggling to survive. Like, if I would have, like you gotta have a certain kind of income in order to get a car, even to finance a car. And they would tell me that my income is too low for that, to even try to finance a car. And then with the credit inquiries, if they try to do a background or a credit check for me to try to see about financing a car, then they take off points for that. They take off points just to inquire about your credit. They take off more points. But I was working at the zoo in my hometown, New Orleans, excuse me, and I was living on Section 8 and had a part-time job at the zoo. And they would still tell me that my income is not high enough to finance a vehicle. And my rent was about $154 a month. And I don't remember how my electricity was, you know. I don't remember how the electricity was, you know. But I don't know why I didn't get the low income or free internet when I was living there in 2017 and 2018. It didn't even cross my mind, because I thought that when I got caught back in 2018 and I moved into the other place, excuse me, I thought I remember having to pay over $100 or something. It didn't even cross my mind to, you know, but yeah, I mean, and like if my twin sister and other perps, you know, if they falsely accuse me of being jealous of them, but why would my own twin sister have a meltdown if I got a car? And fake TI perps would too, that they would have a meltdown if they found out I got a car. Like as if I'm not supposed to have that. But y'all living the high life, fraudulently and illegally living the high life. But y'all don't want me with nothing, even if I worked for it. I mean, the online perps didn't want me to reward myself with a nice dinner, you know, whether it be Chilean sea bass or a steak dinner, with money that I worked for and that I earned. You think you can tell me what to do with my own money, and you have never contributed to supporting me in any way at all. My twin sister thought she had the authority to dictate that I shouldn't be allowed to have a BlackBerry or an iPhone back in 2010. Oh, she was ready to jump on me. Like as if, and even Mark didn't want me with a BlackBerry, and then turn around and brag about how he was gonna go and get a BlackBerry in front of my face. But they said at the gang Stalking network that they don't want targets to have anything at all. No matter how simple, they don't want you with shit. And you think you got the fake authority to take away my personal rights. My twin sister can allow herself to eat food and have a car, but then don't want me with shit. And then she lies and tells people that I'm jealous of her, when it's the other way around. You know, people even in a mental hospital, they used to tell me that my family treat me the way that they treat me because they're jealous. But they reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm jealous of them and that I so badly want to be them. You know, even like it's mainly the black fake TI perps and regular perps that they want to talk about that I'm jealous of them, or that you know, they lie and say that I'm jealous of them, or they lie and say that I wish I was them, or that I want to be them, or I'm jealous, or I'm living vicariously through this person and that person. And it's like, all I'm trying to be is myself. I ain't freaking worried about y'all. Y'all be the ones, y'all get paid to stalk everything I do and try to sabotage and destroy. Y'all get paid to do Satan's work, to steal, kill, and destroy. And y'all narcissistic and using projection. You know. But if I can go take walks almost every day like I did back in 2010, plus if I can break away from, you know, eating ice cream, cake, chips, whatever. It might be this doggone summer heat while I have been craving ice cream or milk or something, be just thirsty as hell, you know. But I mean, I have goals to try to, you know, go back to how I was eating in between 2017 and 2018 and go for walks, like even if it's an hour and a half or 2 hour or 3 hour walks. But I mean, can't even go for a walk without dealing with the harassment and the gang stalking. You know, and I don't like, now that I'm living here, I don't want to be taking the bus every day or riding the bus every day. You know, because dealing with the abusive, narcissistic, cruel, ghetto bus drivers who are perps. So that John Smith bus driver, he made it obvious. I'm like, that's why I got my final confirmation. That's why he been treating me the way he been treating me since 2019. You know, he's an abusive, narcissistic perp. You know, he had his arm hanging off that thing the same way that people have their arm hanging out the window. And it's like Monday, riding home with the Uber ride, they had so many gang stalkers riding by with their arm hanging out the window, mainly the arm hanging out the window. And they think that it makes them look more amazing or so cool and everything. But if I was doing stuff like that, they would say I look foolish. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I would like to change around my eating and lose weight and grow my hair. I mean, as I said, that lady ruined my hair the other day. Not permanently, but, you know, she gave me a bad haircut. And so, if I can lose weight and grow my hair and improve my diet and health, more like, I don't know if I can transform it, but at least try to improve it. And like, as I said, I'll have the cornbread muffin, but I don't think I'll have the cake. I might have the cornbread muffin with some eggs and fruits and vegetables and call it lunch. But then for dinner, I'll have some mashed potatoes and, you know, cheese and the pork ribs or whatever for dinner. Now I'm gonna try it with the yum yum sauce. So but I also would like to be like a full-time writer or a full-time author, just writing, you know. And I would like to work on maybe more cooking demonstrations or something like that. But as I said, they praise and applaud my twin sister for cooking. They don't say anything about her driving or having a car. And, you know, she tried to mock me and talk about me eating deliciously and illegally and then laughing about it, mocking and making fun. But they call it, for me to get royalties from ebooks or short stories, the online perps call that greedy and scam. As I said, if I would have had enough support from my writings, then my writings could earn its own money and I wouldn't have to beg or panhandle for things that I need, But this month I'm just getting established. Like, I'm feeling like, okay, well, it would be nice if I could have it would be nice if I could have if I could have like even if it's a twin size bed or a single size bed, but it would be nice if I could at least have like a double size bed. It doesn't have to be queen or king size mattress, And I just wanted something where I can stretch and relax and be comfortable. And it's kind of hard getting off the floor sometimes, But I don't have to have a coffee table, a nightstand, or lamps, or a couch, or any of all that other stuff. It's just me. But that man was kind of short himself. But it didn't cross my mind to ask him, if he could put up the curtains. But that's not his job. That's not in his job description anyway. So I was trying to figure out if I can get access to a sturdy chair or something, and I could put them up myself. I would hate to have to wait until next month. But they said that those blinds that I got, that they're just temporary. And that was all I could afford, But the online gang stalkers and the fake TI perps go harder than the regular gang stalkers to lie on me and say that I receive handsome money in donations every month. And that's not even the case. But they have people who have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And if they can make their living or get paid to gossip about celebrities. And when it's their birthday, they can be like, well, here's my CashApp. Donate or whatever, Or they'll say like, share, comment, and subscribe on all their videos, even if they have 4 million subscribers. And they'll still say like, comment, share, and subscribe. And spread and share this video. But they're trying to impede everything about me. The gang stalking network, they're trying to impede everything about me, And if they got people who make a living traveling the country just doing food reviews, and nobody condemns them. They might have a few haters, but they have a whole bunch of supporters. But me being targeted, if I were to try to do a food review, the gang stalking network would show them my videos, But then again, in-person gang stalkers, when you're targeted, you got to deal with rude waiters and waitresses, and they deliberately give you poor customer service, being targeted. So it's like I try to practice to do a couple of product reviews that's not food. A couple of product reviews that's not food. And people said that they were impressed or surprised at the they said that they were impressed and surprised that I gave such very well thought out, detailed explanations, of the review of certain products or whatever, But I just try whatever I can think of that I'm able to, excuse me, to try to survive when I was struggling with the homelessness, But I mean, I would love to make a living, get to be a travel blogger, but I can't do stuff like that. But they want you to have like forced poverty and forced low income. And the online gang stalkers, they already sold their souls and worshiping Satan. And they are so vicious and brutal and cruel. And I heard that if you eyewitness bullying and all this abuse and you say nothing, then you're just that's like being an accessory to a crime. But if y'all say that y'all targeted, but yet you participating in ganging up on and bullying me, in which I can't comprehend that. If you don't like being tortured and bullied or abused, and they tell me ignore this, ignore that, and how can you say ignore that they're just trying to annoy you and get underneath your skin? And then they turn around and say that, if they tell you ignore the stalkers, and then you turn around and say that they killed some of your family members. Well, what makes you think that they just want to get underneath my skin? You don't think they made attempts on my life? They got certain professed targeted individuals who talk about being poisoned and drugged. So, but, I think it would be nice to have like an entrepreneurial career like that, to drive around different restaurants in the country and, try their food and get paid and make a living off of doing that. But also, I think it would be cool to make a living making your own cooking videos from your own creations in your own home. But I didn't have access to, cooking when I was homeless on the streets. So I would work on my short stories, and the gang stalkers who don't even buy my ebooks, they make fake negative reviews on all my ebooks on purpose to deter. They really feel threatened, and then for me to speak the truth, they will talk about how crazy and nonsensical everything sounds, and then they get paid to make up those lies. But the online gang stalkers lie on me. Well, I was just struggling to survive, and they make up lies and say that Candy is all about $1. She's all about money. She's a taker and not a giver. She's very unkind. And when they're all using projection. And they say she's a taker and not a giver. When y'all just making false assumptions, y'all don't even know me. Y'all don't know me at all. And that's unfair, you know. And they look at my videos and laugh. Make it like as if they're laughing at the so-called shenanigans of a crazy person. But, you know, they're waiting on my next situation of suffering. They're waiting on my next situation of suffering. Because if everything is mediocre or something like that, they kind of back off a little bit. But if I'm going through hell, or if I'm just got something really excellent, they attack me the worst. Like when I just got this housing. And they attacked me, and that made them more mad than when I was in Bloomington. The attacks and threats became worse than when I was in Bloomington. But I'm at least paying less living here and can have more money to myself, you know, from that doggone Social Security check. They say that by November they were going to cut off my SSI, which is only $24. But that lady giving me hell over $24 a month. When she threatened to suspend my benefits, I didn't know she was just talking about the SSI or if she was talking about everything. She just said, I'm going to suspend your benefits. But she didn't say whether it was Social Security or SSI. So I was told that the Social Security, not the SSI, but the Social Security, they told me that I am entitled to those benefits. But then they still try to manipulate and control you, you know, and everything. With that, they still try to manipulate and control you. But it's like, I don't want to be living here forever, you know, but I mean, I like it, like living here. I like it better than, I mean, I'm talking about in this apartment or whatever. I like it much better than when I was in Bloomington. Much, 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 much better than when I was in Bloomington. I mean, I feel like a traumatized scar, you know, from Bloomington. There's nothing to like or miss it over there. And I think it was worse than Denton. And last night I was looking at the comments of a YouTube video, and somebody said that they were being heavily gang-stalked in Denton, Texas. They got a FEMA location in Denton. You know. But, yeah. So living here, I mean, I might do some, not every day, but might do some occasional cooking videos or food preparation, just demonstration videos. A few of them here and there, but not every day. But I would like to work on, to earn a living, you know, to work on some novels and some more short stories. But I gotta mentally get my head together But whenever I try to do work on stuff like that, the gang stalkers, they attack me with directed energy weapons even harder. Like as if I'm not supposed to do that. Like I'm not supposed to, write short stories or novels or work on anything writing or anything cooking. They don't even want me doing YouTube videos. Other people get to be called a content creator. I'm monetized and y'all think y'all got the authority to dictate that I am not a content creator. But internet strangers who don't even know me, they think that they can narrate my life they think that they can narrate my life better than I can. But they're the ones who's delusional, and they falsely accuse me of being delusional. If they have people who I don't even know you, I don't even look at your videos or none of that, but you be stalking and following, harassing, and bullying me. And then you lie and say that I'm delusional, I'm slow, I'm remedial. And you lie and say that, you lie and say that I'm slow and remedial. And you lie and say I'm delusional. And you lie and say that I'm jealous of you and trying to live vicariously through you. I don't even know you. I don't even follow you. Never really watched any of your videos, except the one video that you did about me, making up lies on me. But I'm done with employment. Because of workplace mobbing, I don't think I'm going to try to get a job, like an employment job. I will just try to, and I have that right to do that, to try to work on my own kind of personal, entrepreneurial kind of job. But due to the gang stalking, they're going to make sure that I don't get any support or promotion or anything like that. Because the gang stalkers want you to fail, and they feel threatened. They're living a high life. They can go and have, they can have filet mignon and lobster and arugula and dandelion greens and purple potato and sweet potato cheesecake with candy bacon and, have luxury feast. But they don't even want you with a 10-year-old can of Spam or 10-year-old can of canned chicken. Oh, they'll freak out because you got a pack of noodles. They don't want you to have every nitpicking nothing. They don't want you with nothing at all. Anything at all. They'll freak out of the little bit that you got. If you brush your teeth with AIM toothpaste, dollar toothpaste, oh, they'll freak out over that too. But they hate me even more because I'm brushing my teeth with bentonite clay. I don't wear deodorant anymore. And I don't get that unless of being homeless and not being able to shower for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then people start to say, "Oh, you stink." But taking a shower, living in my own place, people don't really tell me you stink. But with the gang stalkers and the forced urination, of course I would end up stinking or smelling bad. They did that to me. But they got more going on with me than I know about myself. Excuse me. Like, I don't know what all is going on with me. If, or everything medically that happened to me, or in secret, without me even knowing. That's why they call this MK Ultra and human trafficking and RICO crimes and all that. I don't know all the experimentation that may have happened to me. I don't know whether or not I am microchipped. So, but I don't know, like the online gang stalkers, especially Starbricker, lie on me and say that I try to mix adult content and children's content in my short stories. And then she falsely accused me of condoning and glorifying child abuse and animal abuse, which is not true. When I'm speaking out and use illustrations to speak out and expose, you know. So she tried to make it like as if I'm an 8-year-old trying to write about sex, when I don't even have really sexually explicit, I don't have sexually explicit scenes in my short stories. So they try to shame me and manipulate me to feel bad and act like they think they got the fake authority to try to force me to stop writing and want me to learn my lesson to never publish an ebook again. But then Starbricker lied and said that she never said that I couldn't write any ebooks. Well, I don't have to have permission from you anyway. But I kept forgetting to say, but yeah, the Mormon cult, the Mormon church, yeah, I wrote to your local Mormon church. I wrote a letter to them and told them about your internet crimes up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where you say you live at. You're the one who told me you live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And so, just like she would call up places and show them my YouTube videos, then other online gang stalkers started to try to copy her. And she, as of 2 or 3 weeks ago, she bragged and laughed, said, well, Candy puts all her business out there. I don't need to, we don't need to stalk everything she does. No, because y'all peeping in and looking. You're peeping in and looking at my videos, and you try to get an opening wherever you're not welcome. I ban and block y'all from trying to contact me. Starbricker even obtained my phone number without my permission and called me and to harass me and troll and perk me. So, but if y'all, it's like when I was living in Bloomington, they kept getting frustrated because they kept trying to hunt for where I could be living at. And she was the one trying to say, well, Candy lives in Stockton, Texas. I never heard of Stockton, Texas, but I heard of Stockton, California. So they were trying to research and hunt for where they think I'm living at. And so the fake Darnell Williams perk, as I said, when I did an indoor tour of this house, this apartment or whatever, just from me showing y'all a tour of this place, the inside of this place, he already publicly doxed the he within less than 5 minutes he already got the name of the apartment manager of these projects and the address. He already got the address and everything. And the online perps, they lied on me and said that I started picking with neighbors and complaining within less than an hour of living here, which was not even true. And then manipulate and twist things to make me look bad. And I didn't even expose any gang stalking within an hour of living here. But the online gang stalkers make sure that they want to trigger me on purpose every day and want to try to force me to see the word greedy every day. Even if they want to make fake new YouTube accounts to come and harass me, and I keep having to block them. But a lot of people, it seems like I be looking at my YouTube studio, not all the time, but every once in a while. And most people might watch like a few minutes of my videos, and they don't even really watch the whole thing. But the obsessed hater stalkers, they will militantly watch the whole entire video and multiple times, and then show on other social media and recruit other perps to thumbs down all of my videos. Every single video. I could never have one video where, I could just show a video of lily pads in a pond and hummingbirds or, pretty nature and say nothing. And it could be a 10-second video and y'all give me massive thumbs down for that. And then they will freak out and lie and say, well, Candy thinks that lily pads are gang stalking her. Not all of my videos pertain to, not 100% of all of my videos pertain to gang stalking. And they think that y'all work for Satan, but y'all act like y'all think y'all got the narcissistic fake pseudo authority to try to police and dictate what I should be allowed and what I shouldn't be allowed to do, and think that y'all can still take my personal rights away from me. But Saturday, when I stood up to my twin sister and wasn't backing down, she eventually backed off. The fake Darnell Williams perp, he posed as my twin sister and then came and make, harassing me and stuff. Excuse me. And he succeeded at even turning other TIs against me. My own twin sister has succeeded at turning other TIs against me using lies and manipulation and smear campaigns. So if anybody sees proof of me being gang stalked, or for me, and they still don't believe me, you a perp. If you refuse to believe me or listen to me talking about my twin sister, or you nip me in the bud, you a perp. You're the one who's not a real TI. Or if you got a narrative to switch, you a perp. You sold out. So they expect me to participate in all these rallies, conference calls, and lawsuits. But then y'all say TIs need to come together, but you think you got the authority just because you're mad at me. You think you got the narcissistic fake pseudo authority to dictate you're not a TI. You're not a real TI because you're mad at me because you personally don't like me. And then you recruit others to hate my guts. And that's exactly what perps do. But then you perping and bullying and abusing me and then turn around and falsely accuse me of being a perp and an Uncle Tom. And I don't even have, it's like I'm getting less and less support in the TI community. I have just about nobody really left over. So I try to make my short stories, I try to make them suitable for everybody. Try to make them suitable for any audience. But with my cult exposure series, that might have, and probably even the novel, that might have stuff that may not be suitable for kids. But Starbricker had a problem. She's in a cult now, but she had a problem with me trying to write a short story, and she tried to say that the short story ends in people turning their life to Jesus Christ. And then she said each and every story. Well, if you want to complain about it, then why you keep reading and stalking and reading and trying to control people? But yeah, I wrote a letter to your Mormon church. I don't know which one, because it looked like they said 2 of them in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But y'all sitting there, exposing my address to everybody, and y'all talking really bad about me. Y'all keep talking really bad about me. Like as if y'all think that I'm supposed to be the laughing stock of all social media. And there had a lady that was wearing all blue, and she was just walked through here, and it looked like she had like some like a clipboard and some paperwork or something. She looked dead at me too and was walking. She looked like she could be somebody's social worker or something, or maybe CPS worker or something. But my twin sister at one point was that threatened by me that she tried to make a fake case and try to scare me. Her and her cult followers, they all try to talk about that I need adult protective services. And the online gang stalkers, they lied on me and said that as an adult that I never knew how to take care of myself, and it's like, y'all don't even know me because I've been living independently for so many years, but due to this targeting and them trying to murder me with the doggone directed energy weapons, that's how I became homeless. One of the key reasons why I ended up homeless. And that's when the gang stalking got really real. Really real. But just because a person is homeless doesn't mean that you're very retarded and can't take care of yourself. But, they're already making threats, to have me evicted, and they're making threats to have my neighbors murder me. The online gang stalkers, they're making threats to have my neighbors to murder me. So somebody suggested that I should try to form a nonprofit. Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know about how to form a nonprofit. But I really enjoy writing my short stories. When I'm sleep deprived, they don't come out too good. But sometimes I can make good short stories despite being sleep deprived. But if you think that out of I don't know how many short stories I wrote. I didn't count, but I wrote lots of them. But if you think that every short story I write is horrible, then that's how I know that there's a jealousy issue. You have a jealousy issue towards me. A narcissistic fake jealousy issue towards me. But I'm thankful and glad to be off the streets. No longer homeless. But, and I said I would try to not let the gang stalking network make me back homeless again. But, I didn't realize what the hell was going on, though. So But I mean, y'all gang stalking criminals think y'all got fake high authority over me and think you got the authority to take away my personal rights when you have nothing over me. You don't even know, y'all don't even know me, you know. So yeah, y'all be recruiting other people to thumbs down my videos, and y'all laugh and mock my videos and everything, you know. So they pretend that they feel fake sorry for you, or pretend that they're fake concerned about your mental well-being, and it's all a mockery and making fun and them trying to hurt you. So if any of y'all are my supporters and you took the time out to watch this video, you know, from start to finish, then I really appreciate it. So I'm going to go for now. It is now 11:53 a.m. in the morning. So it's going to be in the afternoon when this video will upload. But I would like to work on some short stories or work on some writing and stuff. But as I said, they be, you know, torture me even harder with the weapons when I try to do something productive or try to better myself. But I would like to try to make a living with my writing, you know, without selling out. Because people don't question celebrities when they be making nonsensical videos or nonsensical song lyrics, and everybody go along because they're one of the popular fakes. So I'll see y'all later.